Are you feeling a little stressed? Well, maybe a relaxing facial or massage can help. On a tight budget, there's a solution. My guest today is Abba Mortley, Aesthetics Program Coordinator and Professor at St. Lawrence College. So hello, Abba, how are you today?
I'm well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, so you're the Aesthetics Program Coordinator. You've got a bit of an interesting background too, don't you?
I do. Don't quite come from the aesthetics background in one sense, but my family, we make our own products that we use in our spas in the Caribbean. And so I've always been part of like the beauty, the personal service, from making and creating products to doing the accounting, to going to trade shows, to doing services. And so I come from it in that lens. And then I bring a perspective of engineering because that's what I did my degrees in, but I think it helps me to look at things in a different way and recreate spaces and syllabuses a little bit differently, and makes it exciting and interesting, and I enjoy being here and being able to kind of amalgamate the two, you know?
And here you are as the Aesthetics Program Coordinator at St. Lawrence College. So tell me about that program.
Yeah, it's a great program. So we have two streams that one may have in order to come in. So you can do a 2-year diploma program. And what that just means is that it's spaced out versus our accelerated program. So one program does 18 months continuously. So you do a fall term, a winter term, and a spring term. Whereas the other one, you have a break in the summer. So you get the same content. And so you can kind of determine what pace you like, but the content and what you're getting is the same regardless of what you do. And in that program, we cover everything to do with skin. I think people think, oh my God, skincare. And, you know, we live in a world with TikTok and Instagram, and they just see maybe a makeup, or they might see like a facial roller. But we really kind of extend and go beyond the depth. Like, why are these things happening to your skin? Why would you choose these products? And so our program is very practical. But also it gives the background information, because you have to understand the why of anything before you kind of go in depth. And so that's what we do.
So each student is required to look at a person's skin to determine what the issues might be and what kind of products or services might help.
Yeah, so that's just one aspect of it. So we do facial treatments that you will do all throughout the program. And so first, you know, becoming proficient with understanding different skin types, knowing how to analyze that, understanding the relationship of why you need to do a consultation and someone's medical or health history or life history and how that may impact and come up on their skin. So really looking at the anatomy of that, but also looking at the practical, how do you use your hands? How do things flow? What steps should be done and why should they be done in this particular order? And then that's just one facet. We do manicures and pedicures, we do advanced nails, we do waxing and all hair removal, we do sugaring, we do lash lifts and tints, we do body treatments and massages. So there are many facets that make up the aesthetics degree. It's not just facials, it's not just makeup, but everything, a whole holistic approach to your whole skin, right? It's your biggest organ, and we can tackle all parts of it. So learning about that.
So the program has an educational and a practical aspect to it, and there's a whole, shall we call it spa, right there at St. Lawrence College, where people can book an appointment and come in and get all kinds of services.
Exactly, you know, like anything else, you think of a plumber, you think of any type of trade, it's essentially a trade. You have to get that hands-on experience. Nobody wants to be the first, but we need to be able to give people that kind of ease so that they get that kind of muscle memory, so they know what to do when they're waxing and they go out into the field. And so every week we have a client lab, and it's open to the public at really discounted prices, so you can come and get your services done. We run that all 3 terms, starting from week 1 in September all the way through the last week in June usually, where we do all these services, and we have a lot of technicians who work in the field in Kingston. So really you're getting that practical knowledge from people who are within the field, who are guiding our students and giving them tidbits and helping to mold them so they become confident. So when they leave, it's not just a practical and we did it in class. It's we had clients, we understand how to speak to people, which is a big thing. We understand how to communicate, when to pull back, when to say more, and how to do the things that we're going to do. So,
and you actually have a lot of some of the latest equipment, like some of the services are pretty advanced.
Yeah, so not only do we do like our basics manicure and pedicure, but we offer, in terms of nails, you know, everybody's into their fancy nails. We do gel and bio nails as well. And in terms of facial services, we have an oxygenation machines. We do microdermabrasion for that deeper exfoliating type of facial treatment. We have lasers, so we do hair removal. We do photo regeneration facials that have to do with like sunspots and age spots and helping with that. And so we have a long and a wide range of technologies and services and machines that we utilize at Client Lab at the college.
And you've got some very specific body treatments as well.
Yeah, we have wraps, we have like cellulite body treatments.
That might be a good one for the summer.
A good one for the summer to get ready. Not that you're not perfect as it is, but if you want to enhance a little bit, you know, we have some things there that kind of help smooth it out a little more, make you get that confidence, and just that, you know, whatever you are looking for, we have something to kind of aid with that.
So you can go in for some great services.
Great services.
At very reasonable prices.
Amazing prices.
Amazing prices. Yeah. And it's very easy to book.
Yeah, you may book online. Or you can call. Dynamic Design. So you may call and make an appointment. You may email us and we'll get back to you. Any way you want to get to us, we'll get back to you so that you can come in and get your service done, you know?
And everything is supervised. There's staff there as well as the students.
Very good ratios. As I said, lots of technicians who currently work in the field. And so, you know, I like to joke that we have about 200 years of experience of staff working at any given time, just because we have so many people who've been doing it for so long. And that gives the students confidence. It gives them a way to bounce off ideas off of different people who've been doing it. And then it also puts the ease for both the client and the student to have all of that supervision there. So it's a great balance.
So you've got 200 years of
200 years, I feel, with all our technicians.
I'm glad you mentioned that there was a lot of staff, because you certainly don't look 200 years old.
Well, you know, you never know. I get treatments done. So.
Oh, well, whatever they are, I want to book those treatments. Well, thank you so much for coming in.
You're
it's
welcome.
been great talking to you.
You're
and yeah, I'll have to book maybe some of that.
I think so. You can still get in until June 29th, and if not, we're back on September 2nd.
June 29th. I better start booking those appointments. Thank you so much for coming in, Ava.
Thanks for having me.